Alright.
Hold on, let's see. Start my video.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, guys, so a button.
Oh, they got a button up
Y'all had the button up last time.
I think it was my turn, since last time what's name had a button up on. I feel like I need to raise my camera up though.
Damn right I did.
My man just had a button up and basketball shorts on.
Damn right.
Yeah, I definitely had basketball shorts on. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh wow.
Y'all didn't know that? I just told you that's behind the scenes bullshit right there, motherfuckers. Anyways.
Boy, anything look at y'all. Anything
Yo, you can actually Thomas, keep that shit on. We keeping it real in this bitch. I had for the subscriber viewers, yes, I wore a button-up shirt last time and basketball shorts. Remember that shit. We keep it real in the media broadest land.
I got a button-up shirt on right now with the basketball shorts. Remember that. I'm trying to be presentable for y'all.
When I was wearing a button-up shirt, I had slacks on.
Well, for all the viewers, I've been keeping it real. I've been wearing regular shirts, collarless the whole time. Like,
Stupid.
We don't care though.
Real, brother.
All right, fellas. We back. Media Marauders back in effect. As you can see, we're having a great time. It's jubilant. We have things happening. We have a lot to discuss. We have plenty to just expound on and discuss and let everybody know how we feel. So, how you fellas been doing? Well, first of all, Maximo, this is me. That's who they call me. And we got King.
Right here.
Thomas.
You set?
And Mr. James. How you doing, James?
What's going on?
We've been missing you, baby.
Today is a better day. I've been on travel, a lot of other life things happening, but here I am today, so I'm ready to get into this.
We're welcoming you back from the hiatus, my friend.
Pop
yes,
that collar, James. Pop that collar.
Pop that collar. No, please don't. All right, but yeah, we back once again. We have some things to talk about. Last week we were talking about the PS5 conference, and we were really excited about able to give our little opinion on. And today, some things that we found interesting. And whoever wants to start up, who's up for it?
You doing rock, paper, scissors?
We go through over the phone, over the laptop.
I'll start it.
Okay, yeah, Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, you start. Thomas. Yeah, you start, Mr. Random.
You know, some of us, not myself in general, but some of us are Inu Yasha fans. So I wanted to bring up the fact that, the new, I guess, the children's version, not even children's version, like the second season for it. I don't even know. But the second generation, like Baruto,
let's go with second
Inu Yasha,
generation. Let's go with second.
Yashahime,
Yeah.
starting up October 2nd. And I was wondering what's y'all's take on it, because
King, you go first, because I know you bursted over
Trash.
Nah, let King
More
go
trash.
first. 'Cause this motherfucker, you saw his lips puckering. He was ready, man.
Look, man, when I saw I guess the second rendition of it, I honestly thought it was just Inu Yasha again, to be honest with you, or just a very bad knockoff of it. But then when I read it was I guess to say it's a legacy continuation of it in a type of way. It kind of threw me off because they pretty much got the same characters in it, but younger versions and different. I feel like they gender swapped them all.
Yeah, the gender bit.
That makes sense. But like I feel like Inu Yasha is a woman now. Who is it? And I think Moroku or the Perv is a girl now too. So like, don't get me mistaken, I'm not sure. But I feel like when I saw the video / commercial for it and reading up on it, I was like, oh, this is just Inu Yasha again. But then it's not technically, but I don't know I don't know the plot of it just yet. So, but from just looking at it though, like I said, I feel like it's a gender swap.
They get stuck in a different world, something like that.
It's y'all were trying to. I see y'all were trying to make this like a second season, or if it's a remake, a reboot. I see this as a fucking spinoff, honestly. This is just a spinoff from the original series. This is the same shit with Boruto. This is the exact same shit with Boruto. Like the whole exact thing.
Well, Boruto started getting different, man. It's going on its own path now. It's going
James,
on its own path now.
James, I understand that. But initially, what this shit sounds like is just another carbon copy, which I understand. People love. There's a lot of people online that love this. And me personally, I'm kind of indifferent about it. This whole remakes and reboots or spin-off thing is starting to become a trend. I wouldn't be surprised if Fairy Tail did it next.
It's been a trend, and he already moved on to something else. But see, the whole thing with Baruto though is what Dragon Ball tried, and it didn't work. Remember, they wanted Gohan to take over, and
He had father issues, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But Boruto's, they're pulling it off with Boruto now. Like, it's really getting to that point where it's like, oh, this is taking a whole different spin. Even though, not to make it a spoiler or a quote-unquote spoiler, I see something related to, what was the 7 bad people called? What were they called?
Akatsuki.
Yeah, Akatsuki. Yeah, they got some clan out there too, but it looks like totally more technological and stuff like that as well. But I have no idea where they're going with it just yet. But they have something in there.
From my understanding too with Boruto, I think from my understanding they're straying away from the manga, which actually makes it different.
Yeah, because the manga and the anime have 2 different stories, but they meet at certain points. They intersect at certain points.
Okay.
All right, but to get back on the Inu, I'm like I said, I'm indifferent. I'm interested on the route they want to go with it. I'm trying to keep an open mind. I've never finished the whole thing in Inu Yasha. I've always gotten to the end and I stopped. Right there.
Which end? Which end? Though?
Before the new season that came out, like 2015 or 16.
Oh, the final chapter.
Yeah, the final chapter. I still haven't seen that. I still got to go back and relearn some of the main plots from the original anime.
Right.
But
so what you're telling me is you're not a real anime fan.
Not for Inu Yasha, but I love Inu Yasha. Inu Yasha was one of my first. Forget you, Thomas. You know.
Hey, I never finished Yu Yu
my anime
Hakusho.
name.
Putting that out there. I never finished Yu Yu Hakusho. Just putting that out there.
Oh yeah, I haven't either, but whatever. No, it's a great anime. But to stay on Inu Yasha, I think the route they're going is very similar. Inu Yasha and Kagome's daughter. Spoiler alert for the ones that didn't know that they have a daughter now.
I think it's daughters.
Yeah, daughters. No. It's one daughter. Shishomaru has twins. Has 2 twins.
Oh.
He has twins. One ended up accidentally going in the well and going to Kagome's time, and the other stayed behind and was trained by Kohaku, which is Sango's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Sango and Moroku had a kid too. So it's just the kids growing up like Boruto and just doing the shit that their parents were doing. That's it.
Yeah, I get it. And like I said, because I didn't read up on it enough, I just saw the visuals of it and I thought to myself, all right, this is just gender swap pretty much. But now it makes sense now if you're saying Shishomaru was one with the twins.
Twins, yeah, he has twins.
Okay. I got it.
See, one key difference with Boruto is that they're still going off the Kaguya phase, so whatever her name was, and it's going further beyond past that. Like it's a continuation.
I honestly have to get back on Boruto. I'm talking shit, but I remember where I left off on Boruto wasn't good to me. So I just stopped.
There's a lot of bad in there.
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't fault anyone.
And then it just drops super low, and then it comes up high. It's like, oh, I got hope, and then it takes you away, and then it adds it back again.
I wouldn't fault anyone for dropping off of that.
Nope. I can't have that relationship in my life anymore. I can't have that.
Yeah, it sounds like just a bad relationship that I've had in my past, and I keep coming back to. I hate licorice. Why am I still eating licorice? Like, why I keep coming back for licorice? Black licorice. I like regular licorice. Black licorice. Just know that. But okay, Inu Yasha. I think that's gonna be an interesting one. Thomas, you got anything else, man?
There was something like.
I just want to go back and say licorice is disgusting.
I second that.
Regular licorice is on point. Y'all bugging. Black licorice is nasty.
Black licorice is a regular licorice.
No,
that's
it's not.
I thought too.
Yeah,
yes, it is. Here in America, it
that's
is.
licorice flavor.
What's Twizzlers then?
What's this? Cherry licorice, red licorice.
Yeah.
Well, then I like red licorice. God damn, you got me hyped.
That's the thing to say, like Kit Kats too. But anyway.
Whoa, hold up.
No,
Take
we're
that
not
back.
doing this.
Take
No, I
that
swear to
back.
God, not again with a damn
Take
candy
that.
Jesus Christ.
Can we please
Man, like
not do
almond
this?
joys over Kit Kats. What is wrong with you?
I really
man.
don't like this.
Man,
really.
coconut game.
Yeah. We're not doing this.
You raggedy bitch.
No. All right. Someone else please jump in with a topic before I blow this motherfucker up.
All right. Woo, boy. Licorice.
Who's next, man?
Man, disgusting. All right. So, I guess for my topic I had for today was actually going to talk about the new show on Netflix called Ratchet, Miss Ratched. For the hood people out there, it's not Ratched, it's Ratchet. Okay. But I like hood people. No offense to the hood people.
Don't too late. You ate them all.
Real.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right. But so me and my wife decided to watch it. Ratchet, Nurse Ratched. We've been 3 episodes in. I'm not going to ruin it for everybody, so I'm only going to talk about episode 1, just to give you an information on what's going on it. And I think, to be honest with you, yep.
How many episodes are there?
Oh, I think there's 12.
Oh,
really?
Let me see.
Was this the first season ever?
Yeah, it's the first season. Oh, I'm sorry, 18 episodes actually.
18.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I lied.
Oh, first season?
Sorry, guys. First episode is 8. Sorry, first season is 8 episodes.
Oh,
I was like, what?
Netflix
I had to look at that. But we so we're 3 episodes in, and just to get a little background information about it, Nurse Ratched is loosely based off of the movie. The character Miss Ratched is loosely based off the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So if you remember that movie, there was a to put it this way, a bitch of a nurse in the movie, and it's loosely based on this series where she's actually, the premise of it, she's killing people to protect her brother. Mm-hmm. And so for the first episode, I want to ruin it for everybody if you haven't seen it yet. For the first episode, it's a slow build, just kind of like I put it in consideration of like Breaking Bad. Okay. It'll get good past the first, maybe second episode, depending how you feel about it. But the first episode pretty much just shows her brother killing off a whole building full of priests. Like I think there's like 4 or 5 of them, and he just hauls off and murders all of them in the room, in the house, should I say? It was crazy. So that's a little messed up there. Nurse Ratched, who is played by Sarah Paulson. And Sarah Paulson, if you have not seen her before, for people, I consider her, she's the doctor in Glass. If you haven't seen the movie Glass, that's a wonderful movie too. So you got to watch that. She played in Glass as the, as not necessarily the villain, but an undercover villain from Glass. That was one of the doctors as well, Dr. Ellie Staple. So to catch up on that once again, Sarah Paulson plays Miss Ratched. And what you come to find out is that Nurse Ratched is actually the killer's sister. And the killer, her brother, is actually played by Finn Wittrock. I don't know much about Finn Wittrock, to be honest with you, but his name is Edmund Tolson in the movie.
I think my bad to interrupt. I think he's the brother. I think he's the brother from Ozark that had bipolar disorder.
Oh, Ozark.
Yeah.
They canceled Ozark, right? Didn't they cancel Ozark? Or I missed something.
Yeah, they canceled it.
Oh, they did?
Oh, they did? I thought it just got finished season 3 or 2.
That's Netflix new trend, by the way.
I thought it was season 4 was going to be made, and I think when they were talking about making it happen, they canceled it. I don't know. I got to look into it again, but yeah, I'm thinking that's the brother. If I'm mistaken, I apologize, but go ahead.
Okay, I got you. I'm not sure about that part, but coincidentally about both of them, they did work on the same show together, American Horror Story. Yeah, American Horror Story. They worked on the same show together, matter of fact. So they got a little chemistry there, and you can't see it on screen too, so it's actually a good thing for that. But her brother gets arrested and gets sent to an insane asylum, or he's supposed to get sent to an insane asylum after being sent from jail. And so she travels to find him and to save him from being put to murder, to be killed pretty much. So to get to him, she ends up killing people as well. So they're both killing people. He's been killing people, and she's killing people too to save him. So it's kind of I guess you could say she wants to do the right thing, but it's in a unvirtuous path.
And if for the ones like you're going in detail about it, which that's good. But for someone, if you read the synopsis on Netflix and watched the trailer, it's like they kind of don't. It's like they're contradicting itself. The synopsis is saying, watch this nurse turn into a monster. But the way you see in the trailer, it looks like she's helping, but kind of being manipulative. And it's like kind of contradicted to what the premise is supposed to be.
Yeah. And I think that's where, it makes it kind of interesting, because there's an interesting line she said in episode 1 where they think he's a monster, but someone made him into a monster, apparently, which is, I think with things that happen in that fashion, makes it interesting. But wanting to help him not be put to death, she's causing more of a scene by becoming a killer also. So things are happening in that fashion there. And it's got some really good actors in there too, such as I can never say his last name, but Kingpin. What's his name?
Oh,
Vincent. Yeah, I can never say his last name, but Kingpin is on there too, and he plays as a mayor that's on there too. A pretty egotistical mayor at that, where he doesn't want to do the right thing, but he just wants the popularity of being mayor. That's what I gathered from episode 1. Like I said, after watching a couple episodes of it, I think it's a slow build, just like Breaking Bad. It'll get better as it progresses. But I got into episode 3, and it is pretty good for what it's worth. So I recommend it if you do decide to watch it.
Yeah, I want to add one thing real quick. So going to Breaking Bad real quick, did you realize that Gus Fring, whatever his name is in The Mandalorian and The Boys now? Did you realize that? What's his name?
Yeah, he's
Giancarlo.
Yeah, I want to give him recognition because he's popping up in a lot of roles now, and I think he's a great actor. But that's just a quick way.
I wouldn't say now because he's been around since Spike Lee.
I was just about to say that because he's been around.
I mean, I know that. It's just that, like, he's pushing the notoriety now. Like, people's like, okay, we need to recognize this guy.
They noticing him.
I don't know about that. I feel like he's been had his notoriety, but the thing about it is he's done a lot of movies where how can I say this? You know him if you watch a lot of man, I don't know how to say it. Like I knew who he was ever since King of New York with Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
Say it again.
Christopher Walken. Yeah, my bad.
I think he was in Do the Right Thing. He's an actor, like one of those artist actors.
And Lawrence Fishburne was in that as well.
School Days. So a lot of popular African American movies, you wouldn't. I'm not saying you don't watch them, but if you see like he's like that guy, you're like, that's that guy. You can't think of his name, but you see him all the time. But everyone knows who holds that title though, right?
It's like he's never really had a lead role.
Do you think he's considered more mainstream now?
I feel like he's always been mainstream because he's been mainstream in movies definitely, but now his face is showing up now just in shows now.
I mean, like
his acting chops are there,
but like big hits though.
Because he's he's the main bad guy in Far Cry 6 or 7.
Right. I've seen that too, and I was like, hold up, I just realized this.
I guess.
Okay. y'all gonna go on a different tangent again, man.
All right, I think Max, your turn now, man.
All right.
No. I wanted to make sure that King was good. Did you have anything else?
Oh no, I was good. Like I said, I just wanted to let everybody know. I think Ratchet's gonna be a good series, honestly, for Netflix. As we said earlier, apparently it's 18 episodes. So the first season is just 8 episodes. So I imagine it'll be a slow build, like I said. And then season 2 will probably go downhill from there, which means going uphill from there. But we'll figure it out.
I do have a question. Is there any do you think you're gonna figure out what made the brother go kill a whole bunch of people, or does it seem like it's gonna be one of those things that might not talk about?
No, I feel like they're gonna end up talking about it in some form or fashion, and maybe even like a couple of episodes because of the fact that she insinuates it too much throughout episode 1 and 2, where she's trying to save him, I guess from society, but at the same time, she gives a lot of verbal insight onto why she wants to save him and why he needs to be saved or to keep him from not dying, or keep him off being killed. Sorry.
I appreciate that plot device in certain forms of media where they kind of spoon feed you the plot or the history or the character motivation and all. I like that type of vibe. I really appreciate the 50s aesthetic of it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you pay attention to not just commercials, but they really do stick true to the 1950s, 1950s like that. So yeah,
I like that shit.
And it's very colorful too. That's one thing I
like that. I feel like the colors have a symbolism as well, but
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, King. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll go next. My topic might have a bit of controversy towards a lot of certain gamers. Is about the Microsoft buying Bethesda studio for $7.4 billion. Let that sit in real quick. Microsoft bought $7.4 billion of the studio Bethesda, and I don't know if you guys know a lot of their AAA games. It ranges from Elder Scrolls Evil Within franchise, Prey that recently came out was a big success about 2 years ago, but and more games I can't think off the top of my head now. But the reason why I bring this up, because it could be really detrimental to the gaming community when it comes to the platforms that it's going to be accessible to. If Microsoft is buying these franchises, these games, I'm pretty sure they won't be accessible to Sony and Nintendo. If I'm mistaken, please let me know.
Yeah.
Because majority would be on what? PC, right? Majority?
PC and Microsoft. Mm-hmm. I mean, on the Xbox.
Right.
Oh, so that was a power move.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a flex. Yes. Big flex.
Yeah, that was a power move for sure.
So for the gamers that are very invested in these franchises, it really forces Microsoft is putting them in a position where you will buy our console if you want to continue with this franchise. Exactly. And I think that's a big move, but also a power move, like you guys said. Mm-hmm. I don't know about y'all. I haven't played Elder Scrolls, but the community for Skyrim is tremendous. And
you play Fallout?
You said what? Fallout as well. Yes, Fallout is. I think it was, and Doom as well is one of their franchises.
Doom's gonna be incredible. So long, my goodness. Yes. When it was the first Doom, that was like when you was scrolling on a mouse, going through the
like 93, 94. When there was
floppy disks. That was
back in the 80s.
That was keyboard, right?
That was keyboard. You're right. That was keyboard. I said mouse. You're right. That was keyboard. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's one of the first.
My first Doom game was on a floppy disk, so that must say something.
Vintage.
Oh, for the younger viewers, a floppy disk is all right. No, I'm playing.
But see, the thing is,
you got a save icon. Just kidding.
The thing is, with it going to, thinking it might not go to Nintendo Switch is a little bit, I don't know, because there's been talks about Game Pass going to Switch. So if you could get Game Pass on Switch, that means you'll be able to stream all your Xbox games on your Switch.
Wait, really? What?
How
are you talking about the Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, there's talks about that. It's been that was at the beginning of this the E3 of this year.
Wow. About that. Nintendo going to the dark side. That's what's up. No, let me stop.
Good.
That's the thing.
How would the controls work?
The dark side.
Oh,
yo.
how the controls work on the Switch?
Yeah, how would you if you had a game that was on Microsoft and you streamed it on your Switch? Am I thinking about that wrong?
You wouldn't be. I don't think you're allowed to live stream on the Switch if you have Twitch, but you could do it with an Elgato or some shit.
I think he's talking about streaming the game. It would just be the same way, the same controllers. I know, right now they have special third-party stuff, for the with the Samsung phones that you can use if you because I have Game Pass on my Samsung. I just haven't used it. Where you can do that in Game Pass Ultra, and you can stream pretty much almost every Xbox game that's on Game Pass on your phone.
Wow.
So
that was something that they did a while. Oh, did they do this shit? Well, they just announced. I could have sworn they had something like that, the Smart Glass or some shit like that.
Smart Glass
for the Xbox.
We might come back out with the glasses again. We come back out with the glasses again.
I think Halo glasses or something. I don't know. I think that might have fell through.
About the glasses.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But see, that's the big thing. Would it go into Game Pass? Because what Microsoft buying Bethesda, and then the fact that they didn't roll out that the Bethesda games are still going to be able to be published on other systems. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to put it more on into Game Pass, like they did with Oblivion's games. And they said pretty much the whole catalog now is coming to Game Pass. So if you pay $15 a month, you can stream it anywhere. You can play it on your system, download to your system, play it anywhere.
That is crazy.
That's guaranteed money.
See, that is
just having Amazon and not even thinking about it anymore, and they just take.
See, that bothers me though, because I feel like that devalues what goes into making these games. Because it's look how we treat music now. Music streams.
Yeah, look how we treat music. I always buy music.
But that's the thing. But the thing about it is people just pay every month and don't even think about it anymore. So it's a guaranteed flow of income of money. right? Or do they get paid by how many streams? Or how many?
No one really knows that part of the business because they don't really talk about it. Because I did the PlayStation Now, and that was $59.99 for a year, and that's like over 200 games. Like
this, I'm just really surprised that they were able to do this shit, and it's going to work.
But because I think because Microsoft has more operating money, period, than PlayStation, than Sony. I think like Sony's operating budget is like $75 billion, and then Microsoft's like, hey, we can drop that because we know
operating budget is 75 cents a day.
Oh, pack of noodles. Okay, gotcha.
Nah, bro, but yeah, I wanted to talk about that, see what you guys really thought, but that's like y'all said, and I'm gonna keep saying that that's definitely a power move. That Microsoft ain't holding punches, Sony isn't either.
Well, Bethesda getting bought by Microsoft, Deathloop is still an exclusive for PlayStation.
And that I thought about that because Deathloop is a Bethesda game. And so I'm like, that was presented on the conference.
Yeah, it was.
There's a contract in place, so it's still an exclusive for PlayStation.
So they must
the contract is, though.
I see. No, the contract is that they must have did the contract before Microsoft did this move.
Right.
So it came up because Microsoft answered some questions in a blog post, and that Deathloop was brought up, and it's exclusive, and they're putting pretty much all their first party games on Game Pass, and then they're talking about the whole situation with games coming to other systems like they did with Cuphead. Cuphead's owned by Microsoft, I believe.
What is?
That's on PlayStation.
But it was on PlayStation, yeah. It was on PS5. On PS4. God damn it.
What is now? What was that?
Cuphead.
Okay, got it.
That's a very hard game. I've seen gameplay of that shit. That shit looks horribly hard. But yeah, that was my 2 cents. Thanks for the reaction, fellas. Yeah, that was just something that I need to talk about because that's gonna be the next 10 years is gonna be really interesting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
In the gaming
world.
We're
gonna be in VR by then. We won't even be walking around.
We're gonna be sitting on our asses watching TV and playing video games where everything's accessible to us.
All right, Wally. I just watched.
All right. Yep. You up, James? You up, James? I'm done, baby.
So my topic, well, I got a couple of small topics. I wasn't here last week, so got to talk about God of War Ragnarok. There's this theory going around online about like who's in the game. I've been trying to figure that out and like, what's the basis of it. I don't know if the person's not Arya or Arya.
Try not to give any spoilers too, just in case.
No. This is just like, on the symbol. God of War symbol.
Okay. So you're talking about the teaser trailer?
Yeah, there's people breaking down, come with the theories of what it represents and who is a part of it. And I'll look it up really quickly if I didn't just have a phone. But essentially, people are trying to like decipher what it means. I know it's like going to be a big thing for 2021. Everybody's waiting on these systems because everything's been sold out or glitching and everything like that. Let's go Microsoft and Sony at this point. So, I might be a person that ends up waiting to get if they've come out with an exclusive console for God of War, in all honesty. But that's a while to wait because I don't know when God of War is coming out. So I'm in between, but I'm definitely thinking about getting both consoles, especially with, Microsoft buying Bethesda and all the games that's coming out.
Ooh, he got money. He got money.
See, I'm gonna get both. Systems, they got digitals. They got digitals for a reason. I know they did that for a reason.
That's true.
Another thing I want to talk about too is controversy with the gaming system is the fact that Sony was saying that, with their new system setup, that the games would take up less space, but that's not true. The games actually take up just as much space. So if you got digital platforms, something like that, you're going to need a new solid state drive or something like even bigger one to hold it because it's still like games still like near 100 gigabytes or 50 and everything like that. Like the download disc and another 100 to play. So that's questionable. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with that because they said it's supposed to be way more efficient and take up way less space, but so far from everything I've been reading, that's not the case at all.
Because that's going to depend on the developer. Because if a developer
but that's what people were saying that instead of the developers not utilizing that space and making it smaller, they're adding even more stuff, so they're just taking up the space anyway. So it's in turn, they're just using the space. Like, oh, we got extra space, let's just use it. That's what's happening.
It's not going to be efficient until maybe like year 2 or 3, because
okay,
yeah, it's one of those situations.
Yeah,
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the digital would take up that much space, because with just the PS4, you can see how much you're really putting in. When a disc, you only putting the amount that you need just for what you need to save, and then the installation of the actual game, instead of putting the whole. I mean, I don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know the whole process of how that works. But yeah, it's gonna be more space. I see the digital move where you might need a portable hard drive or outside hard drive, or whatever you call it.
That's why everybody's trying to sell one now, but you got to make sure you have the right one and everything. So I'm wondering how that's going to play out overall. And the last thing I want to talk about is this is going to anime is, let me think real quick. It slipped my mind. Fire Force. So who's been watching Fire Force?
I've been on it. I've been caught up.
I haven't been keep it up. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man, okay. So this next season, it gets like a lot deeper than what it started off in the beginning. And you know how all the fire started and who's like, you know, being part of the Eternal Flame, if anybody knows anything about the background of it. So basically all of a sudden the world started burning and most of the continents lost most of their space and people, and everybody starts turning to Eternals, and they have to get basically baptized or like, you know, get their soul prayed for so they can go to the afterlife. And now they're starting to wonder like who's actually powering the Amaterasu, which is used to provide power to most of the world, or at least in Japan and everything like that. But not to go into a whole big spoiler, but it's definitely worth watching the next season or season 2 of it, because it gets pretty deep and you start really questioning what's actually happening in the background.
Yeah, because their government is like the government and the church are combined, right? And they're pretty much control almost everything.
Yeah, but they're hiding something. That's the thing. They're hiding something, and now they're diving way deeper into that.
Oh, like a regular government. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, the government's in cahoots with the church, basically. So
yeah, I've seen the first season. The second season, I wasn't like quick to hurry to get to, because I had my issues with Fire Force the first season, but aesthetically it looks beautiful, and I'll overrate all that because the animation is beautiful. But yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I have my issues as well, but like when it's starting to the second season, I feel like they're filling the holes that the first season had. I'm not going to say they fill all of them, but at least diving into the lore of what actually started everything and why everything is as it is. So solving the mystery.
So far, not to stay on. My bad. Go ahead.
Wasn't the first season 2 though more about just introducing the main
characters? Yeah.
It introduced the main characters, but it also was going into who's the villain of the series, but as well is showing that is the villain really the villain of the series. So
you're talking about the dude with the cigarette, right?
Well, yeah, he's actually.
I would not do that. Don't touch it.
That's why I was trying to bring up everything. I was just saying the church and the government are working together, and they're definitely hiding something that's big. And the series is doing a very good job of diving into the background and the lore of how everything started.
I got a question though, just not to delve too much, but what have you gained so far in the second season that makes it even better or on the same level or subpar to the first season?
I would say, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Shin? No, how do you pronounce his name?
It's Shinra, isn't it?
Yeah, Shinra. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yeah, Shinra being able to connect to the demon realm and who he's able to connect to and the people that speak to him. So, like the fire speaking to him and having like its own mind and everything like that, like it gets a whole lot deeper into that. So that's pretty cool. And the cigarette guy has a big claim to fame in this whole show too.
Oh,
especially with that one eye patch. The eye patch is related to something. So
Kenpachi?
Yeah, Kenpachi.
I'm gonna say right now, this is the
Kenpachi of the series. You know who the Kenpachi of the series is. So
all right,
this is getting really close to spoilers.
Yes, very close.
All right, so yeah, because I'm getting it. Like I talk shit about the Fire Force franchise only because of how generic and very the same as any other shonen anime could get into. But like I said, the animation is really good. The characters are fun. They have really cheap moments of like the whole pervy ecchi shit with the girl that has that like she wears very like it's just she's always into compromise. She's always in compromising positions or whatever. That was just really dumb to me. But
that went on a complete decline. Man. I'm telling you, this second
granted,
season,
I love looking at it, but just like why is this happening?
It was too much. Everybody thought there was a lot of fan service, but I'm saying this second season.
There you go, fan service.
Taking off.
Okay, but all right, cool. Yeah, that's gonna be a series I wanted to jump back into. One Piece is I'm still trucking with One Piece, but I've been trying to watch other things.
Good man.
Yes. But all right, fellas, we have anything else? Anything else you want to talk about?
Hey, let's talk about.
Kit Kats are better than Almond Joys, and Reese's is even better.
Oh God.
I think
I would just be away. Y'all do an episode of that bullshit. I'm not coming. I'm not.
We'll bring them out.
Our next episode might be One's Gotta Go. The next episode might be One's Gotta Go.
All right, yes.
Next episode.
That could be a poll. You're the poll guy, James.
I am. I'm going to do it, but go ahead and close it out, Max.
All right, fellas. Thanks once again. Viewers, subscribers, everyone, thank you so much for coming, and you're always welcome. We're here to always give you any kind of content, anything we enjoy, all things friendly, all things controversial, and all things to make you upset, but also happy at the same time. But this is once again Media Marauders. We're signing off. Please click like and subscribe, and don't forget that bell on the side for all Media Marauders content, any kind of notification that we bring out. So